I listened to the last podcast, and Mike is right, man. That PlayStation headset sounds like shit for podcast.
Is that what you were using?
Yeah, so I'm gonna just use speakerphone from now on.
Okay. I didn't have a problem with it, but I don't know.
Well, if you listen to it, we do sound different. Like I sound more muffled, and you sound more crisp. But
I mean, I leveled it, so it's supposed to adjust it. I never listen to these shows.
Well, I mean, it's not that I sound lower. It's just the actual quality sounds muffled. If you know what I mean, like kind of like an underwater type. Not that bad, but it's.
So are you just using regular headphones?
Right now, I'm just using the speaker on the phone.
Okay.
But I was using the PlayStation Gold headset.
Oh, the little earbud thing?
No, the whole big thing.
Oh, okay.
The earmuffs, and because you can pretty much use those as anything, whatever you want to. I mean, hell, I used it on the Xbox One. So
yeah, I use my PlayStation headset on the Xbox One. I had to buy a new controller so that I could use it because my original controller had the original Xbox connector at the bottom.
Yeah.
Daddy, please unlock that.
Oh.
Yeah, Daddy.
There, doors unlocked.
Unlock all the doors now, fucker.
Yeah, because we're not in the town no more. Now we can just like sleep with the doors unlocked and say A.
No, I would never do that. I would never. I'm from Newport News. I would never sleep with my doors unlocked. That's not happening. Not at all. Like never. I will never feel safe enough. I don't care if I'm in the country or whatever. I will never feel that safe. Never.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't either. If it almost feels like you're like naked, like you're just like sleeping in McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I used to get annoyed by because we would lock our doors if we went out and at night, but like during the day they would pretty much stay mostly unlocked, if we're around. And when I first went to Amber's house, we were staying for a while, Greg would I would go outside for whatever, and then I would go in the house and try to go back in the house. I'm fucking locked out. Like if he sees a door that's unlocked, he locks the motherfucker. I'm like, God damn it, Greg.
Yeah, I'm not that. I ain't that type of dude. I can't.
Kansas.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I get it now, but shit.
I'll never feel that safe. I'm black. Like, nope, can't do that. Never. That shit just can't happen. Like, it just can't really happen ever. Ever. All right, so I'm just going to use this as a rolling start. Why not?
Okay.
There's no point of us starting. There's no point of us starting over. So, welcome everybody to Scarcasm Live. I'm your host Scarfinger, and I am awesome.
I'm awesome too. Like, I don't really get too much love. It's always, shout out Scar and Blue, and I'm like, yeah, Scar and Blue's awesome. But what about the motherfucking Chase?
Well, see, the Facetious has way more reach.
Yeah,
because of the OFR thing.
Yeah.
And so I never really. Here's the thing. I used to have a lot of listeners to this show, like a lot. I used to get like 3,000 downloads a month. I think I've said this before. I used to get 3,000 downloads a month. And that was mostly because people were tuning in just to hear me and my ex-wife argue. Because we would argue like an old couple argues, Like
to argue with you, would that give you some ratings?
No, because I think it was the husband and wife arguing thing that really did it for a lot of people.
I can speak in like an octave higher if you want me to.
A what? An octave?
Yeah.
That sounded country as fuck. You know that, right?
So it comes out sometimes.
All right. So so like I was saying, the show got a lot of downloads, and when we split up, it was messy. Like it was real messy, and I was messy. Like the situation wasn't messy. I was messy online.
Right.
And a lot of people left. And I just kind of realized that most of those people were there just to hear us argue. They weren't really there for the show. And like I never got a whole lot of, feedback. So I just realized, like, at some point I'm just gonna do my thing. I'm not gonna worry about the downloads. I'm just gonna do this and have fun. And every time I have somebody that I'm recording with, they're always like, "Yo, we should do this and we should do that," and I'm like, "Cool, you can do that. I'm already I'm already exactly where I am. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool with what's happening right now, because the moment I start trying to cater my content to the listeners who are fickle in the first place, then
Right.
I feel like I'm not being true to myself. And if I don't feel like I'm being true to myself, then I don't want to do this. And that's
Right.
that almost made me leave Facetious, because, after talking to Blue, when that one guy told me not to say fuck,
Yeah.
Blue is my dude. Like, I met Blue in real life. Blue is coming to Virginia for 2 weeks, starting Sunday. Blue is like real deal, somebody that I real deal would call a friend. And he's the only reason why I didn't walk away from Facetious at that point, because I don't want nobody dictating what I say. If I
Right.
want to say fuck this shit, I want to say fuck this shit. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, I'm
saying?
gonna be fucking this shit in a little bit because something pissed me off today and about the game. So there'll be some fuck this shits.
Okay, so here's something that we need to start doing again.
Okay.
There was an audio glitch of some sort, and I had to take the deets out of the beginning.
Okay.
So that means we need to say the deets now. Like, we need to go back to saying it at the beginning of the shows, like how me and Pimp used to do it. But I mean, so we're gonna run down the deets real quick, and then we're gonna get into it. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So this is Sarcasm Live. You can reach us at geeksonraw.com is the website. If you want to go straight to the podcast, is sarcasmlive.libsyn.com, I believe. I don't fucking know. I never go straight there. The email is sarcasmlive@gmail. Twitter, I'm Scarfinger.
And I'm Awakened Heathen.
There you go. Do that. No one uses G Plus anymore, but if you want to use G Plus, I'm Scarfinger Hoodrich. But
and I think I'm Awakened Heathen on G Plus. Is G Plus is like plus Awakened Heathen or something? Probably.
Most likely. And I still have, whenever Mike J says something, he always sends it to me through the Google Messenger. So he doesn't use Facebook. So, but I did talk to Mike J. Holla at your boy, Mike J. And I used to use the Sarcasm World community and the Dream Team community pages on G+, but G+ is a ghost town, and it's been that way for a long time. So we do have a Facebook group that I never use, and I'm waiting for Chase to get a damn computer so he can use it.
I have a phone, so I mean, just because I have the Pages Manager thing. So if I can just throw me in there and I can start using it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Just remind me, because I'm forgetful. But the Facebook group is Geeks Gone Raw. If you want to leave us a voicemail, which I haven't had a whole lot of voicemails ever, but 757-774-8447. That is also the same phone number that I send all my bill collectors through, so they don't call my phone directly, which is great.
That's awesome.
All of the music of the show are done by the homie Layback for Life. You can find his mixes whenever he puts one up, because he's busy now. Like, he's an actual like real DJ and shit. But he has a podcast where he just puts mixes up every once in a while, and it's Layback, the number 4 lyfe.podomatic.com.
And man, I was thinking about that. Like, I need to get up with him. Maybe we could collaborate and make something, because you've had the little theme for a while. We could I think
last time I spoke to him, he said he's a little too busy with the DJing to really make beats right now. Like, he's more focused on the DJing stuff. Like, he's actually DJing some real places. Like, like real stuff. And I find that to be crazy because like he started doing DJ mixes on his iPod. He downloaded one of those DJing apps.
Yeah.
And he started on his iPod Touch, and now he's a real fucking DJ. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool as shit.
I mean, even if you don't have like a lot of time, I mean, send me some scrap. I can make it work. You know.
You out here working in Fruity Loops?
Well, like he can do the beats and stuff, and I can actually put some, you know.
You gonna try to put some heavy ass guitar work on my shit? That's how you gonna do me? That's how you gonna do me? I want hip hop. I don't want it to sound like hip hop Black Sabbath. I'm joking. But yeah, okay. Do we want to give out our? I know I put our Xbox, PlayStation, and shit in the show notes. Actually, I don't have your your gamer tags and stuff like that in the show notes. I still got pimps. I just realized that.
Yeah, I think I messaged you about it, but yeah. But
okay.
Yeah, Waking Heath on PSN. I mean, so pretty much if you have my Twitter, you have just about everything except for Xbox, which on Xbox is Crucial Chase, but I don't really have the Xbox right now, unless you want to get up with me on the 360.
Yeah, I'm Scarfinger. I'm Scarfinger on Xbox, on PlayStation and Steam. I am the Scarfinger because some dickbag has the name, and every once in a while, someone sends me a message, sends me or tags me in some shit on Twitter and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm not that fucking Scarfinger. Apparently, he's some sort of DJ or music maker, but he's like that EDM crap.
Yeah.
So they ain't got shit to do with me, but every once in a while I do. And when I started putting videos on YouTube, someone sent me a message like, "Are you a fake Scarfinger?" I'm like, I don't give a fuck who that guy is. Like, I don't know who he is. Like, what's wrong with you? I didn't want to be rude, but that's exactly how I felt.
Because I was trying to search you up to find your Bastion video, not Bastion, but
Banished.
Banished, but yeah, and it when I searched Scarfinger, it was that guy. I had to search.
Yeah, I'm Scarfinger 36 is my YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
It's my favorite number doubled. My birthday number doubled.
Nice.
Okay. That brings me to some bullshit. I can't play Banished anymore.
You can't play Banished anymore.
No, I recorded a video that I haven't edited. I recorded it with Pooh Bear, and that was the last time I had played for quite some time. Right, so I played that, and then I was watching Gaz. I think his thing is called Gaz Plays, and he totally fucked up everything. When it comes to Banished, because he's a YouTuber. He plays a whole bunch of different games, and he started playing Banished. And when he started playing Banished, he played the base game. And I guess at some point he got bored with the base game and decided that he was going to do one of the mods. Well, he started with the Colonial Charter mod, which adds a ton of stuff. But because he didn't understand the base game, he was frustrated with the mod. And it's like, duh. Like, you don't understand how this game works. You don't understand how the base game works. How did you think you were going to understand what happens when you add a whole bunch of extra shit to the game? And it really kind of pissed me off. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take all of his stuff, because you can go in and take like their map and, put the settings in and do the exact same settings as they did. So I went to go do that. I was gonna put it on, play for a little bit, and then start my own series on how to do what he was supposed to do, but do it right. And the game just started crashing. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I don't know what's happening here. And so I looked it up, and apparently the game does that, but all of the articles about it are from like 2015. Like apparently no one is having these issues now, and it's bothering the fuck out of me because I can't play the game for longer than maybe 5 minutes. I put the game on, everything loads just fine. I play for about 5 minutes, game crashes. So I don't even know what the fuck to do at this point because I'm like, I don't know whether you can call it I feel challenged about it, but I feel like I can prove him wrong. Like he was talking about the game and not liking the game, but it's not the game's fault. It's actually his. So
Right.
I really wanted to get in, use his same settings, and play the game like it was supposed to be played. But for some reason the game doesn't work and it keeps crashing, and it really sucks because I really want to do that. And Pooh Bear's gone this week, so I've gone a whole week without Pooh Bear. Sadly, I've gone pretty much a whole week without my girlfriend because she got mad at me. So I'm just sitting here all fucking day. Well, after I get off work, I'm just sitting here all day, and I'm like, I really want to fucking do this, but I can't play, which fucking
Right.
sucks.
Yeah, I had a not the same experience, but with Overwatch, they have released a cool looking character named Doomfist, which he's like this big African guy with this like huge fist, and he's like kind of a melee type character.
Okay.
And I wanted to play around with him, but unless I'm playing with friends, I mostly want to play co-op, against the AI and stuff. Because if I'm just there by myself, I'm not going to like freaking get frustrated sitting there by myself.
Right.
I would want to get frustrated with people around me, because the social aspect is there. But when I went on there, they have taken away the play against AI mode. And
well, when I watched your stream that day, they said it was temporary, right? Or was that something else?
play against AI has been there since the beginning, since the game first came out.
Oh,
and
that sucks.
it's still in the training mode, but you can't take friends into the training mode. That's just for you. So, but before, like me, if you had the game where it had a free weekend or something, we could go in and just like shred some bots. And
no, we could. You ain't never gonna get me on Overwatch, B. That ain't gonna happen.
Well, you probably not gonna get me on either if they don't add the bots back, because I mean, not to say I don't like playing legitly PvP, but I just don't like doing it by myself. You know what I mean? And I don't have many friends that play Overwatch, and I really liked how the characters played and stuff. And playing against AI was my relaxation time, man. It was really relaxing. It had a little bit of a challenge, but not because the bots aren't going to like act stupid and have like crazy tactics and stuff. You know, like they're not going to be drop shotting you and like doing all this stupid stuff. They're just going to play normal, like normal as if people were like legitimately playing by the rules. That's how the bots are going to play.
Right.
But so, and I enjoyed that. But unless they put it back, I'm probably not going to be playing much Overwatch.
And we never got a chance to play any Division.
Right, and that's another thing. On the little picture that I put on Twitter, I changed it to weekends rather than Sunday nights.
Okay.
Because I noticed that a lot of freaking podcasts record on Sundays, and I know for a fact that the Gamers and Beta guys have Division, and I know
you got like everything going on right now.
Yeah. AZ Rockslide was talking about we were about to play Diablo, but he was like, "Oh, Sunday nights I'll be able to play sometimes, but when we're recording." And then I noticed that the guys in Gamer Husbands, they record, not Gamer Husbands, but the other one. They
What other one?
Gaming Vessels. They record on Sunday nights. And then Gamers records on Sunday nights. Everyday Gamers records on Sunday nights. And then there was another one that recorded on Sunday nights too. I think it was, I don't know, but it was one that I was looking at to see if they wanted to play. But so I was like, yeah, I'll still be around on Sunday nights, but Saturday nights is probably going to be the big time to try to get people to play together, even if it's not really our game night. If the other guys are playing, we're still jumping in and getting people to know about the podcast. I mean, I know you're like, I'm cool, you know.
I'm like this. Do what you do. Like if there's like as far as the podcast goes, and it's a little weird to try to work this all out on the air, but fuck it. If there's something else that you want to do, I don't have a problem with anything that you want to do. Like if you want to have guests and all of this other stuff, like I'm really cool about that. There's a guest that I've been regretting having on for a very, very long time. But I think I may do that guest at some point next month.
You said that weird. You said that you regret
because sometimes I don't like him very much.
Right.
But next month is the anniversary of Jay Bird's death and also his birthday. And one show a long time ago, I had Howard on, and he fucking loved that show. Like, he loved that show, and he kept sending me texts, you should have the Howard guy back on. And I'm like, no, I don't really want Howard back on. But he just kept telling me, every time we spoke through text, he was like, you should totally have that Howard guy back on. And recently Howard and I started being Facebook friends again. And Howard and I disagree on a whole lot. But I think I would do it at least once for Jay Bird. Like I would do that once for him. I know my ex-wife is still pissed that I never did a show with her, but my girlfriend put the kibosh on that one real quick. But because Jay Bird was our friend, and and we became really good friends through the podcast. But my ex-wife is still pissed about it. Like, still pissed. Every once in a while when she gets drunk, she'd be like, fuck you for not doing the podcast. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, that still happens from time to time. And she got mad at me this last weekend too. But my girlfriend and my ex-wife are the same sign, so when one of them gets pissed at me, they both get pissed at me. It's really kind of weird. Well, one of them I did on purpose. The other one I did not. Well, not on purpose, but I just wasn't having a good day, and I kind of let it all fly, and I got myself in a little bit of trouble. But I kind of want to do it for Jay Bird, but I kind of don't want to do it because I don't really want to give. The last thing I really want to do is give Howard another platform.
Right. Okay, I guess I don't know the guy. Howard don't come after me because I don't know you, man.
Yeah, and I've been talking to Pimp, and Pimp's still trying to figure out his schedule and stuff for recording. So I don't know if the recording day will change, but he asked me what's my podcast schedule like, so that we could figure something out. I know I didn't ask him today because today is his 4th anniversary. Happy anniversary to him and Ro. And he bought her a car. Like, he's a G. Like, I wish I was married to Pimp. I need a car. It's like, I need a car. Like, but I ain't trying to move to St. Louis. No, you can kill that noise. Florida, possibly. St. Louis, hell no. But yeah, so that's a situation that's being worked on. So we're gonna run a 3-man weave when that starts working itself out and we get all our schedules aligned. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep. Because the little bit of show that we did do together, the 3 of us, I thought it went pretty well. Even though it was pretty much Pimp focused because he hadn't been around for a while, but I think the 3-man weave will work pretty well. Right. So, but like I said, if there's anything that you want to do, just let me know. Like, if there's somebody you want on, if you want some of those dudes who diss me, sneak diss me, do that. I ain't got no beef with nobody. I just thought it was funny.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So anything you want to do as far as like trying to get the name out there and all that other stuff, man, I'm cool. So, but yeah, I've been. Where do you want to start? Because I do have a surprise.
Well, we can start with games because for the first time in a few weeks, I've actually wrote down my notes again, and that's kind of kept me. I know we don't really have a script, but it is kind of nice when I write down my notes to where we don't start rambling and then get on some topic, and then we're like, we haven't talked about any of our games or what we've been playing.
Okay,
so we can
let me say one thing. I was talking to the homie Mike J. Shout out to Mike J. And he would say he was catching up on the show, and we were talking about something else. He was talking about he signed up for the he does the Microsoft rewards through Bing. So he gets points and stuff like that he can spend on all kinds of stuff, and he used it to get Game Pass.
Nice.
And he asked me about it. I said I don't want Game Pass yet because all of the games I want to play I already own. There's some games there's games I would try, but I don't want to put money down for me to try those games. And these days I'm not really playing a whole lot of games anymore. So there's no point in me doing it now. I would totally, if I had enough money to buy Pooh Bear her own Xbox, I would totally get her Game Pass because it has some of the kind of games that I would be cool with her playing. That type of stuff. But yeah, then he said he's glad that you at least claimed to wash your hands this time. Mm-hmm. And then I said, right. I said, I think he felt shame from the listeners, and he said lessons learned. And then we were talking about how you said you don't want to drink on the show anymore. and then he was like, he said something about sobriety, and I said, no, he still gets drunk, just not on Thursday night. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's cool, man. But I was like, man, now I'm going to be known as the guy that don't wash his hands. Fuck.
But I mean, all you had to do was felt enough shame in that moment to go back and wash your hands. That's all you had to do, and you were just like, "Fuck it, I'll do it later." But I'm like, no, you should go wash your hands. I'm trying to help you. And I'm like, yo, you should go wash your hands. And you were just like, nope, I'll do it later. Let's finish the show. I'm like, dude, that's not I was trying to be nice about it. I was trying to be subtle about it. I'm like, maybe you might want to go wash your hands. And you were like, fuck that, I'm drunk. And I'm like, all right. That's kind of how it went. That was totally your fault. Maybe it was because you were inebriated, but I just wanted to say inebriated, but honestly, by the way, maybe it was because of that. But I tried to warn you. Now you the nasty motherfucker that goes to pee and doesn't wash his hands. When I'm at home,
single or something, that would be devastating. Because sometimes when I'm talking to you and it's on it and we're on air, it just still feels like I'm just talking with. And then I realize I'm actually sort of like on air. There's a lot of people listening to this,
okay. So here's what I would say. I would say this, and here this will put us on the same level. Uh-huh. If I'm at home and I go pee, most of the time I do not wash my hands.
Right.
Because first of all, and I'm probably gonna get some guff with this, but I'm always on my phone, so I sit when I pee. Because, fuck it. So I'm always on my phone, so I sit when I pee. So I'm not touching my dick anyway, so doesn't matter.
Yeah.
See, now we're even. I only wash my hands when I'm going to, like, if I'm going to the kitchen and I'm going to get something to eat or drink or something like that, I'll wash my hands then. But I wouldn't, I bring some wipes if you're going to use my Xbox controller. See, we're on the same level now.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk video games.
All right. I've already said my fuck Overwatch, but I've been playing not a shitload, but a good bit of Rainbow Six Siege with a big group of guys called Veteran Gamers, which are a lot of those guys listen to Gamers in Beta.
Okay.
So. And
you really like those gamers in beta dudes. You really like those dudes.
But the mafias, the Latina mafia and Mafia Thug, they are they're together, And I had
what? You have a worm on you.
I do have a what the fuck?
What kind of worm you got? See, this is why you should wash your nasty ass hands.
He's just a little caterpillar. I guess he come on me from outside because I was just talking to my mom outside.
Yeah, this is why you should wash your nasty ass hands. You get bugs on you that just kind of chill and don't really want to leave.
Well, anyway, but yeah, the Mafias. I had played with them in Siege before because Mafia Thug was a part of Dad's Hideout, and so I didn't know they had their own thing going on and whatnot. But they're cool as shit, man. All those guys. So I did a few videos and some streams, and there was some funny shit in there. Like there was one time a guy that's new as well, just me, that was trying to get one of his abilities to work. Not abilities, but like some equipment to put it on the wall. It would seep through and like blow something up or whatever. But he couldn't get it to like, and it really looked like he was fumbling with it, like in real life, like he was like trying to get it to open, and like, and everybody was like gathered around him, like they were trying to tell him what to do, and like, oh, it was so funny because it looked so realistic, like he was sitting there fumbling with this freaking bag trying to get it open. But that was hilarious, and I streamed it. I've been streaming the YouTube since. On Twitch, I pretty much have to, highlight and export. And without a computer, there's really no way for me to do that. So I just stream directly to YouTube. But I still want to see if I can highlight that out. And I'm not really sure how to do that on YouTube. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you can go to YouTube, download it, and edit it. And bring. Oh, you can't because you ain't got a computer.
Right, yeah. So, but I mean, at least it'll be on there for later if I do want to do it. So, but yeah, that's been fun. I really suck at Siege, but what's really cool about it is it's a really good game for streaming because if I die immediately, like there's no respawning, so then I can switch to one of them guys and be watching them on my stream. So there's always something. So if I die immediately, that's actually good for the viewers because then they can see them play, which would be a lot more, better skilled. But most of the thing that was great about their streams is just the banter. It was hilarious. So I'm actually looking forward to try to, get some game nights with Siege with those guys. And hopefully, maybe they'll end up listeners to the podcast. And then
what up?
Been playing some Diablo 3. Not as much since I've been playing some other games, but I did play some more of my Necromancer. And I do want to get that going with you guys and stuff because that's a really fun game to play with friends and stuff.
Yep.
The other thing that I played, which is actually was kind of a surprise, is I played fucking Splatoon 2. And
you played on the Switch? Whose Switch were you using?
It was my buddy Mach 20. He has one, and so he's like, "Hey, you want to try it out?" So I was like, "Sure." And it's really freaking fun. Like I was really surprised. It's a really fucking fun game. But so I played some of the multiplayer. People that play Splatoon already know the object is to paint the floor and to kill the other players. But it has some sort of math going on to where it'll show the map at the very end and be like, okay, this is 56%, and you're at like 47. And that math's probably off. But the winning team would be the most painted. You know what I mean? With not painted, it's ink because you're little squid guys and stuff. So and it's really fun because you and I played it on the handheld version and it played really well. I was really surprised about the Switch because that's one thing that kind of worried me is if it was awkward or whatnot, and it really wasn't that awkward to me. So yeah, Switch is pretty cool. But I don't know if it's $300 cool right now, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, and freaking motherfucking weekend game nights. We need to get them on because I do love my single player games. I love my RPGs, JRPGs, whatever. But I really like the social aspect of games like Destiny, Diablo, and things like that. So yeah, we need to get on that.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I haven't played a whole lot. I am I still haven't played damn Halo Wars. I still every time I have barely turned on my Xbox unless I'm going to like YouTube to watch a YouTube video, most likely a band video. And then, I watch my streams of people playing certain games. Um, I really want to play Banished, but I'm probably going to have to settle for Prison Architect. I have not built a new prison after they did the last update, so I want to kind of do some of the things that they updated and stuff like that. So that's what I'll probably end up doing. I haven't done a whole lot. I thought I would do a whole lot more with Pooh Bear being gone for a week. And I just haven't. Like, I'm just kind of chilling. With Pooh Bear being gone for a week and my girlfriend being mad at me, I just been kind of sitting around here watching stuff. I haven't really played a whole lot. I did try to start a game, but I didn't feel like trying to learn it. It was a game on Steam. I can't think of the name of it. It was one of those. It's a game kind of like Game Dev Tycoon, and I just didn't want to take the time to learn it. So I just said fuck it, and I just turned it off and went on about my business. Let me figure out what the name of that game is. But I went ahead and I went to my store and I downloaded a whole bunch of the stuff that I had Steam keys for. So hopefully I'll get into something else. Oh, Game Corp DX.
Game Corp DX?
Corp. Game Corp DX. That was the game that I was trying to play, and I just didn't really. I started it, and I was like, bruh, I'm really not trying to learn this shit right now. So I just turned it off, and it said that I have like zero point 0.4 hours in the game, and it was just that. I was just kind of like, fuck it. I am, however, going to be buying the Humble Monthly Bundle tomorrow when I get paid, because the Humble Monthly Bundle has Path of Exile.
Nice.
And it has
free already. So what do you get? Like some
it's something like that, and then 2K17 is in the monthly bundle. So, and then let me tell you, these assholes at Humble, like every time they release a new bundle, I'm like, man, I don't really care about that. These assholes, I mean, straight assholes.
At Humble bundle, fucking charity motherfuckers, assholes.
Let me tell you, right when I finally find something that I want to buy with the monthly bundle, right? Because there's a couple of games that I would have bought with the monthly bundle, but I was just kind of like, But now they just released a Saints Row bundle, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy this thing. Like, oh man, I don't really want to buy this stuff again. I mean, all of the Saints Row games I own on one platform or another, but I mean, I can get all of it for 15, and like other shit like Homefront, which the first game was okay. The first Homefront game was okay. There's some game called Risen 3, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. Deadlight, which I don't know what that is. I don't know. Mighty Number 9, which I heard that is kind of like a game for people who really liked, what's his name? What is
Man? But I've heard it's a game that was supposed to be for people that like Mega Man,
but they didn't seem to like it very much.
Right.
So it's a bunch of stuff, and then in another few days they're gonna add another game to this. So that's kind of cool. But it does have the new Homefront in it, which I know didn't get very high ratings. But if I can get all of this shit plus all of the Saints Row games for $15, why the fuck not?
Yeah, see what I know I'm about to rant a little bit, but what pisses me off about some of these new games that are like supposed to be nostalgia and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like we would get the NES games and stuff, and the cover would be like this hand drawn stuff that looks awesome, and then when you play the game, it's not that.
Right.
But the thing is, we can make games that look like those covers now. But instead of doing that, we're making games like Mighty Number 9. That's just like these terrible 3D looking. I mean, the platformer to me shouldn't be 3D. I mean, you could make them like a Mega Man type game, have it be hand drawn looking like, like Castle Crashers or something, and have it actually look like the Mega Man art on the box, and it wouldn't be pixelated and stuff. If they actually want to bring it to the modern age, they should do that like hand drawn type art, like Skullgirls, and like that would be really awesome for like a Mega Man type game. I think.
And we different because I don't want that. No. I don't want that. I really just don't. Like,
Well, what would you want out of a Mega Man game?
I mean, well, first of all, I don't play Mega Man games. But second of all, like all of these old games and stuff like that, no, I want them to be 3D, but you play it in a 2D style. I don't want, what I don't want is for you to take a platformer and make it like Little Big Planet, where you have, you can go to the foreground or the background and all of that kind of stuff. That's stupid. Actually design the game to look nice. You can make it look awesome. But just as long as it plays like the 2D side, the 2D side scroller. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool.
Well, I mean, I think like games like
I don't care. I don't care about the hand drawn and all of that other stuff. I'm not very much a graphics whore. And I'm not very much a graphics whore. So it's really about the art style and stuff matters more to me than that does. But you can make you can make it look modern, but play like an old game. That's my thing.
I think Mighty Number 9 just looks like crap to me. Like it just looks.
I've never been interested in Mega Man, so it doesn't really interest me in one bit. Matter of fact, if I get this Humble Bundle, if they just give me the code, one of y'all can have it. Like, you know what I mean? One of y'all with a PC, if that's something that you think that you want to try to play, do that. Like, holler at your boy. I will give you the code because I don't really care. I really don't.
I think I have. Is that for PC?
Yes, PC.
Yeah, I have someone that might want it.
Okay, yeah. However it works out, I don't really care. But yeah, so there's some games that I'm going to be getting soon. There's games that I want to play, but every time I want to play something new, then like the shit that happened with Banished pops up, and I'm like, I really want to play some Banished right now, and I'm like, fuck, man, that's gonna take like hours of my life away. So like, so I'm always right back where the fuck I started whenever I play. I have 56 hours of Banished. The Steam version, because I had it downloaded before I got the Steam version. So I got 56 hours on record on PC. You don't even want to know how many hours I got in Prison Architect.
Right.
I'm looking at my Steam library now. It says I have 192 hours of Prison Architect. That's a lot of hours, dude. A whole lot of hours. Actually, you want to know what game that I really want to play now? Because I was on a Twitter kind of chain where they were talking about a Mass Effect video. No, they were talking about a Destiny video, and they had a hunter using some new weapon, some new ultra weapon or whatever the fuck it's called. And the hunter looked like a damn Quarian, and that started us talking about Mass Effect. And now I kind of want to play. Now I want to play Mass Effect again because I was like, yeah, I played it twice. Blah blah blah. And then my man Q, shout out to Q, was talking about something. I finished it 3 times, and I'm like, you bastard. So I'm tempted. I'm real tempted to play Mass Effect again, but I'm gonna hold off because you're
probably never going to beat Amber on how many times. I don't even know how many times she's played through the trilogy.
She ain't got nothing on me, especially when it comes to 1 and 2. I've played 3. I played 3 about 5 times. I've played 1 and 2 at least 12 times each. 12 each.
Nice. I thought you were talking about when you said Mass Effect, I thought you were talking about the original. You were talking about Andromeda.
Yeah, I was talking about Andromeda. But yeah, Mass Effect is my favorite game series. So yeah, I've played through 1 and 2 at least 12 times each.
Yeah, and that's great to have. Like and that's one thing about I like new games too. Everyone likes new games, but I don't think that the remasters or the backwards compatibilities, I don't think that should really go away just because everyone wants new games. Everyone wants new games, but that don't mean that the old games need to just stop existing.
Yeah, that's what I say to all of the little gaming the little gaming community bastards that's like, oh, because Xbox doesn't have any games or this doesn't have any games, and I'm like, bruh, everybody wants new games. Like, you're acting like you don't want an Xbox because Xbox doesn't have new exclusives or some dumb shit like that. And I'm like, bruh, we all want new games. It is the reason why we play games, because we want to play new stuff. We want to play new and awesome stuff. So stop pretending like you only chose this one platform because they have new and exciting shit, because that's what you want out of games. We all want the same fucking thing, no matter which platform we're on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think that shit is dumb. And I just stopped going to Twitter. Like, I don't go. I only go to Twitter to check my mentions. I never go to Twitter just to look through. Never, ever, ever, ever. I only go to Twitter when someone says something to me, or if I want to put something. If I want to say something on Twitter and Facebook, I will put it on Twitter, but I won't check my timeline. I'll type it into Twitter. I put my little hashtag FB, because I had this thing where if I hashtag FB, it sends it to Facebook also.
Right.
Because I don't want everything to go to Facebook. I want to choose what goes to Facebook.
Right, because Facebook is more, I don't want to say professional, but it's more like your grandma and stuff is on there.
I think for me, it's Twitter is where all of my nerd friends are.
Yeah, I mean, same with me.
And Facebook is where all of my friends and family are. And, most of them aren't into all of this.
Right, yeah. Same here.
Yeah, I like Facebook, and I use Facebook. I use Facebook way more often, but Facebook is way more about me finding out about my world and the world of my friends and family. And Twitter is where I would go if I want to clown about something, if I want to fuck with people, or if I'm having a conversation about like the podcast or something like that with my nerd friends, then I'll go to Twitter for that. But for the most part, I hate to say this because it hurts my heart, because I said the opposite for so long, but I'm pretty much a Facebook guy, right?
Right.
So yeah, I think that's all I really have for games. I mean, I only really played Banished and a little bit of that. So you want to move into something else? Where you want to go? I don't think I watched it. I don't think I watched any movies, but I did listen to an audiobook of a movie that's going to be a movie.
Go ahead and talk about that, because I don't have any movies or TV.
I saw the Comic-Con trailer for Ready Player One, and it made me want to go back and listen to the audiobook, because it's been a while since I listened to that audiobook, and I went back and I listened to my review of that audiobook. Do you know, I did an audio review of Ready Player One, and that audio review is like 46 minutes long. And it's just me talking. It's just me talking to myself. Like, there was nobody with me. It's just me talking. And it is on Libsyn. But I think it is from like January 2013. So it has been that long since I've listened to this audiobook. So there's a lot of stuff that I didn't really remember.
Right.
But yeah, I saw that trailer and I was like, dude, I want to listen to that again. So I did that. It's the same way when American Gods came out, the TV show came out. I went back and listened to that audiobook and I had a great time. Ready Player One is a really dope book, especially if you think of the 80s fondly, which I kind of don't.
Uh-huh.
But it is, it's a book set in the future, but it's like it's full of 80s nostalgia, which
I was born in the 80s, so I actually didn't really live the 80s too much.
Right.
But a lot of the stuff that I was watching, I still have 80s nostalgia, because a lot of the stuff I was watching and things were things that came from the 80s, like E.T. and Star Wars and things like that. So I do have 80s nostalgia, even though I was really young in the 80s. And I do really like cyberpunk, and I love like synthwave and things like that. Like, it is drenched in 80s nostalgia. But even more so than Stranger Things.
I never got around to Stranger Things. I kept meaning to, and then I just never really got around to it. It's very okay. So, do you want me to tell you the premise of the story?
Just the premise, because
Okay.
I actually want to
in
read it because
it's in the future. It's like 2040 something or 2050 something like that. There's a guy that creates a virtual world, which started off like an MMO, but basically it's just an expansive VR simulator filled with like haptic gloves and suits and stuff like that, so you can feel what's going on in the game. The world is in crisis, so there's a lot of stuff that's happening in this world, including kids go to school through this game. And then and like all of the stuff, like businesses and stuff like that, are happening through this game. It basically becomes the world, and there's a real world, and then there's your world inside of the Oasis. The Oasis is what it's called. The guy who created the Oasis dies, and he is like worth like 200 something billion dollars. So he dies, and his dying message was is basically a treasure hunt, where he sets people to try to find, they call it the Halliday's egg. So basically this world turns upside down, because even though it's in the future and there's a lot of stuff mentioned, like, Halo and Firefly and Star Wars and all of this other stuff, like all of this stuff that's happened after, they talk about, the Matrix is mentioned and all of this other stuff, because all of this stuff happened after, which I will say this, because all of this shit is 80s focused, I think it's real kind of fucked up that this shit is in the future and there is no references on the role that hip hop played on society at all. Like, you could tell whoever wrote this is a clean-cut white dude that has nothing to do with urban anything. Because hip hop basically has changed our society for what it is. But that's neither here nor there. But because this guy was all about the 80s, the world basically changes and everybody starts going through all of this 80s stuff, trying to look for clues to find the Halliday's Easter egg. So everything gets turned upside down. So it's everything 80s. Even though, like, the main character at one point, he gets ships and stuff from things that you know of, like, recent things, because it's basically like a anything goes simulator inside of that world. But everything is 80s. Like they talk about music and movies and TV shows and anime and cartoons and like video game. All of it is based 80s.
Right.
And I don't understand, based off of all of the stuff that they mentioned in this book, how the fuck are they going to have all of the licensing to do what they need to do in order to make this a movie? I don't know. But in the short trailer, you see all kinds of shit from all different types of places. There's somebody put out a video of the references that you can see just from the trailer. It's a teaser trailer at that, but there's so many references there. But yeah, it's really cool. It's about this one guy trying to figure this out. And there's an evil corporation that's trying to get it for themselves, because like if you get the Halliday's egg, you also get his controlling interest of the company and all of his money. So we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars that you get if you find this. So there's an evil corporation out to get him and all kinds of shit. Like, and he's in a race with other people that he knows that's trying to find it and all kinds of stuff. It's a really cool book, but it's a lot cooler if you care about 80s stuff.
Right.
But I'm just not that guy. Like I understood a lot of the references except the anime. But there's some stuff that I did understand. like I've seen, like I know what that is. I've never watched it, but I know what that is type thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that is really cool. And like it's not just a cookie cutter kids movie. Like there's some real shit that happens in this book. Like, is some real shit happens to people. People get killed and all kinds of shit. So it's really cool. I enjoyed the audiobook. I might listen to it again around the time that the movie is coming out. But it's like the thing that I downloaded is from Audible, and it's like 2 8-hour pieces. But since my girlfriend was mad at me and Pooh Bear's not here, I ain't had none but time.
Nice. Yeah, I heard Timo on OFR talking about it, and he was saying something about Freddy Krueger or something, maybe.
Freddy Krueger is in the trailer. Like, if you look for the references in the trailer, it's crazy just how, I mean, like Freddy Krueger, Iron Giant, you see Harley Quinn and Deathstroke and the car from Death Race, Bigfoot, like, like there's all, and that's just in the teaser trailer. Like it's all kinds of shit just in that one little teaser trailer. So obviously they got licenses to do some of this stuff. I just don't know if they're gonna have anywhere near what this book has, because the book doesn't have to have licenses, because you don't have to show this stuff, because it's just somebody talking about it,
Right, yeah, you can talk about stuff, you just can't, like, show it.
Right. So, yeah, but yeah, if you want to see it, look up on YouTube. I think it might have been an IGN video where they kind of broke down all of the references that they could get from it. The main character from Doom in a part where it's like a first person shooter type thing. It's like all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. I want to know. Here's one thing, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a huge twist at the end because they're all in a virtual reality, basically a game or a virtual reality world. They don't all know what they look like. And when you start seeing some of the characters for who they are, there's a huge twist in one of the characters that you meet. It's a character that you know from the whole thing, and at the end they have to meet in real life, and that's like a huge twist. And I'm like, I wonder how they're going to pull that off. Well, no, not just how they're going to pull it off. How are they going to keep that a secret? Because, the twist, the person has to be on the IMDb page because they're an actor.
Right.
So how the fuck do you spare yourself that twist?
Yeah, because if it's just a book, you're not actually seeing them. You know what I mean? So if it's in the movie, you are going to be seeing them.
Yeah, through the book, that is a total surprise. Like a total surprise. And so it's kind of weird that, how are they going to be able to hide this enough for people who don't know, which is going to be kind of weird. Okay, so speaking of total surprises, you ready for my surprise?
Okay.
I've watched Castlevania.
You did?
Yes. And nice. I felt like how I felt at the end of Iron Fist. Like, that's it? That's all? That's all of this for that? Because it just kind of ends?
Right.
And it's just like,
I haven't watched all of it yet, but I did dig what I saw. So you actually have watched more than me. Wow.
I watched it all. I watched it all in one night. Was that Tuesday night? I watched it because it's short episodes. It's like 6 episodes or so.
I don't think that's it though. I think they're releasing some of it just kind of.
No, I was under the impression that was it. I could be wrong.
Because at one point they only had 2 episodes though.
Oh, so are they releasing episodes like week by week or something? Like how they did with what's that one about the kids that all of the adults die? What is that?
The adults die.
It's huh?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh no, it says 2 seasons have been planned with the first season of 4 30-minute episodes. and it's
Okay.
the second season will be 8 episodes, and it's planned for next year. So
Okay.
so yeah, I watched it. I watched all that was there. What is that? That it's a Netflix show,
Uh-huh.
and it's about these kids. It's about this town, this small town. They live in a town called Pretty Lake,
Yeah.
and everybody over 21 dies all of a sudden, just dies.
Huh.
It's called Between.
Between.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
I watched the first season. I believe there's a second season out. But yeah, it's a town, and then because no one knows what's actually happening there, the government cuts them off and basically puts a fence up around Pretty Lake and locks all of their asses in there. So it is being run by people under 21.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody over the age of 21 dies all of a sudden. They all just die.
So it's like freaking Neverland over here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I enjoyed it, but what they did was they did not release it all in one shot like normal Netflix stuff. They released it weekly, but they the first season they released weekly. So I ended up watching that. I thought it was pretty decent.
Cool.
It wasn't the best show, but it wasn't the worst.
But you see what I'm talking about with Castlevania, that if the ultra religious might want to steer away from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. The church is painted as the bad guy, but to be 100% honest,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't necessarily wrong if you know your history. Like they did what they thought was right, and they just happened to piss off the wrong dude.
Right.
So I understand that it's a it's very much a anti-church thing, but
Yeah.
it's very 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 much anti-church. So I know what you're saying. I know what you're getting at.
But yeah, because I just don't want people to go in there and thinking, oh, this is a video game thing. I like video games. It's Castlevania. I like Castlevania, and it being something that's
See, I didn't know. I don't know much about Castlevania, so it's not like it's another one of those things where it's not like I played a whole lot of games,
right. I didn't either, but I didn't think it was like that. At least as in your face as the show was.
Right. So it was cool for what it was. I might check out the second season whenever it's released. But even though it's supposed to be longer, I'll check it out. It was cool. I like it.
Cool.
It's going down in power though. Oh my God, it's going down in power. Like if you haven't watched Power, you need to watch that. And I say that every week, and y'all motherfuckers don't listen to me. Watch Power. Watch it.
Okay. Is that my homework for next week?
Okay. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I've watched? Nothing I really want to talk about. So let's go to you.
Okay. Well, we can go on to music because I haven't really watched anything at all.
Okay.
So a few things I was going to talk about last time, but I didn't. But yeah, I've been listening to a band called Thou, like Thou Shout. They're THOU.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they're really legit. They're I don't really know how to describe it. They're definitely a metal band, but they're more like slower and more atmospheric, I guess, to where the music is kind of what you would expect out of like a post rock type band, where it's not really. It does get heavy, but you really have to give them patience. Like it builds. Like some of the songs, like the very end of the song is heavy as hell. But like to get there takes like about 13 minutes.
What is up with you? Listen. Fine.
But yeah, but the thing is, they actually, since they are kind of they have the doom metal influence, they do have like black metal style vocals to where it is very slow and drawn out, but very raspy and like black metal vocals, I guess. But and they seem to be kind of like a thinking man's thing, to where my two favorite songs on the album is one called Free Will and the other called At the Foot of Mount Driscoll. And I added both of those songs to the little Scarcasm mix thing. But yeah, I really like those two songs. But yeah, and they were the band when you were talking about the R. Kelly thing that I was like, man, I was just listening to this band and and all of a sudden last week they like just totally just stopped the rape. And I was like, and they're like the scary band,
Right.
they're the band that sounds like that. And they're like, doing good things, and R. Kelly's over here not doing good things. But I just thought it was funny. Sorry. But yeah, another band, Integrity, they are a hardcore band, and technically metalcore, but they pretty much started metalcore. But at this point, I guess you should really call it metallic hardcore, since metalcore as a word kind of means something a little different than what they sound like when because they sound like hardcore punk with like 80s soloing. So it's like more of an old school like style of metalcore, when metalcore now, it's like, kind of like the new metal of hardcore. It's pretty generic. But yeah, the new Integrity album is really good. It's a lot darker than some of their older ones, even though their older ones do get kind of dark, and which is kind of unique because normally hardcore bands aren't that dark. It's, they're very like street focused. It's very like friends and family, like, songs about pride and songs about, just positive vibes and stuff. And Integrity are very much, no, we're going to sing songs about, the human soul and like what happens if everyone dies, and, just dark kind of themes and stuff. But yeah, the new album's really good. I really dig it because it really bends the genres a lot, because I mean some songs will be fast like black metal, and some songs will be just straight up like D-beat hardcore punk, and then another song just sound like just 80s metal, just like in souls and stuff. But I really dig it. But another thing I've been listening to is Derek Trucks. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's kind of a he's kind of a guitarist. Like, he doesn't sing. He gets other people to sing on his songs. But I believe so. He's kind of bluesy, and he plays a slide guitar. But he uses a lot of like worldly African type song structures and percussion and things. And it's just like really good music, man. Like, and he's really good. So even this Derek Trucks band, like, other people are actually, he's not the one doing the singing. He just wrote all the music, and, it just tears up a slide guitar. But yeah, I was listening to his 2006 record called, Songlines, I believe is the name of the album. But yeah, it's really good. And a band called Boris, they're definitely all over the place, but they just released a new album called Dear, which is kind of a thank you to the fans almost. So they're kind of going back to some of their older sounds. So it's really heavy, but but the thing is, they don't really have a genre. They just decide what they're going to play that day, and that's the kind of band they're going to be at that moment.
Okay.
Like they've had just straight up drone albums where there's no drums and just droning guitars. And then they've had albums that's just like straight up 1970s style stoner rock. They've had albums that's just like crushing doom metal. They've had albums that's J-pop. So they just decide, hey, that's what we're going to do. So they just kind of do the thing they want to do. But this new album,
I found out my daughter is interested in K-pop, and I died a little inside.
But yeah, it's but Boris is really good. Like, they're a Japanese band, but they're not your run-of-the-mill Japanese band, because they actually said, we're not considered a metal band in Japan, so we don't really consider us a metal band, because in Japan, being a metal band means you're really, really skilled at guitar, and your songs are just like fast soloing and stuff. That's what metal is in Japan.
So they are basically Japanese OK Go.
but they said, well, so we kind of suck at our instruments, so we can't be considered a metal band. So they're
just like we're like Japanese OK Go. We're just gonna do what we feel that day.
Yeah, but but yeah, they're very experimental, and I really dig them. Like they're really cool. And I'm probably going to go see them in November. They're coming here in the Cat's Cradle. So if you want to check out some really loud Japanese doom metal, hit me up, man.
Yeah, y'all can do that.
And I made a couple of mixes. I made a RPG and MMO grinding mix, which there was a band called Holy Fuck, and they're kind of
I dig the name.
Yeah, it's my kind of electronic, so it's very experimental but has a danceable beat and things. And one of the songs came up.
Wait. Can you dance?
No. Well, I mean, I can groove, but I can't dance. Okay. But yeah, I really dig them. And I was playing Destiny and I had Spotify going. And when one of their songs come up, I was like, I just imagined my freaking Guardian while I was sitting there waiting for some special event to have this music like pumping through his freaking helmet. And I was like, this is the perfect music for grinding this shit. So I made a big, huge mix of like my type of EDM or whatnot, which if I go to some EDM mix, I'm probably not gonna like it. So I had to like pretty much handpick everything and just to figure out what I liked and whatnot. So I really dig that mix, and it's like 3 hours worth of pretty much chilled out EDM and like old school dubstep and things. So and I've started making new weekly mixes, which I used to do that like on YouTube and stuff, but I'm doing it through Spotify. So yeah, just kind of like some few songs that I've been listening to and whatnot. And that's it. I've been talking a lot about music.
Yeah. I only really have two things that I would talk about music wise. I've been listening. I went back and I started listening to the Jay-Z album again, 444. I actually had to take a trip to Hampton, and I listened to a lot of Jay-Z on the way and back, the way there and back, like my Jay-Z playlist. Then the other night, not last night, but the night before, I think, I got a hankering to sing actually what happened was, here's what happened. One of my Facebook friends, she's an older white lady. She actually befriended me after Jaybird passed because she's Jaybird's best friend's mom.
Right.
And she at the time, Jaybird's mom wasn't really connected to me and my ex-wife. But she already had the Facebook and she knew how to get in touch with me and my ex-wife. So she did that and she befriended us and everything's cool. And she posts music, but it's old white people music mostly. Except for every once in a while she'll post some shit and I'm like, really? She posts like today was a good day, Ice Cube, and I'm like, really? But she was posting some what do we call it? She was listening to some Soundgarden and some of the Chris Cornell stuff, and she posted a song, and I was like, hey, I like singing that song. So I basically pulled up my my pictures from Instagram, where if I do a rock band thing, I will post my scores of like when I'm singing. I don't really post the scores when I am playing drums or anything like that. But it was, I can't remember what song it was. I'm trying to look it up now and talk at the same time. But it was one of a song that Chris Cornell was singing. Actually, it was Like a Stone, Audio Slave. Huh. And she posted that song, and I was like, I love singing that song. And then I posted the picture from my Instagram as proof, because I got of course, like I got 100% on it. But I was on Medium. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I can't really sing like Chris Cornell, but I can get really close. But I was on Medium, and I posted that, and it made me really want to sing. So yeah. So I started listening to my rock playlist, which is like a lot of rock songs and like non-urban songs that I like. and a lot of stuff from Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff like that, that I was listening to the music to learn how to play it better. Because if I understand what the songs are supposed to sound like, it makes it easier for me to play them on whichever I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
So I I was listening to that playlist, and then I actually started singing last night. I didn't post any screenshots, but let me tell you, I was playing on hard. I nailed everything with the exception of Black Hole Sun. I just couldn't get it. I got a 99. I was on hard, but there's one part that I didn't get, and there's a part where he like hums something, but because of the music, I can't really hear him that well. And because I can't hear him that well on that part, I can never get that damn part. So I always fuck up on that one part, which sucks. But yeah, I sang for a little bit, and it was actually kind of fun. I had a good little time, and then I think that was part of it. And then I was listening to a mix by, there's this DJ who does Facebook Lives of DJ mixes and stuff like that. He just mixes for like an hour and a half. And his name is DJ Cleve. DJ Cleve, you can download some of his stuff. And one of my favorite mixes to work out to is one of his. In fact, most of the time when I work out, if I'm listening to music, I'm listening to that one. It's a New Jack Swing playlist. And he was playing a lot of stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s. And he played a couple of UGK songs. And I was like, huh. So I started listening to UGK, and because I know like some of the singles basically, but I don't really know the whole albums like that. So I started listening to some UGK. So I just really just started that. So I'm not too deep into it, but I'm enjoying what I'm hearing so far.
Cool.
There is nobody on earth that makes rapping sound as easy as Bun B does. Like Bun B makes rapping sound easy. Like it's one of those things where there's certain rappers or certain singers that you hear and I have no idea what all those noises are. There's certain rappers or singers or just entertainers in general where that they were just absolutely born for this. And like people would say like the type of people like John Lennon or like Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that. Like when they perform, you're like, that person was born for this shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Bun B. Like he was born to do this. Like it's so effortless. For most people have never heard of UGK until Jay-Z put out Big Pimpin'. And he's on that song, and he just makes it sound so easy. But yeah, so I started listening to that. I have listened to a little bit more of Awaken My Love. I'm still not a huge fan. Like, I really like the first song. I am really getting sick of Redbone. Redbone is fucking everywhere these days. Never look Redbone up on YouTube. Never. Ever, ever, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Never look Redbone up on YouTube because there's a bunch of YouTube videos of like different people and different characters from cartoons and shit like that singing Redbone. It is the worst possible thing when all of that shit's flooding your fucking recommended videos on YouTube. And for someone who spends a whole lot of time on YouTube like me, I can't fucking stand it. So don't ever look Redbone up on YouTube at all.
It's kind of hard to look any sort of thing up on YouTube when it comes to music because you look up, like, say, Soundgarden or something, and then that might be a bad example, but anything, and then you're also going to get all of the
covers and shit, like
all the covers and parodies and all this stuff, and you're like,
bitch, this is not what the fuck I asked for.
Right.
See, I can translate very well. I'm currently your Anchor translator.
Okay.
So yeah, anything else you want to bring up?
My next section was beer, and I haven't really drank anything in a while. So
okay,
one thing class is actually shout out. So,
what you vaping on today?
I haven't vaped in like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I am currently vaping on confetti cake from Dollar E Juice Club.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing about this, it's like a birthday cake. But you can actually, it's weird because you can actually taste the frosting and the sprinkles. I know how that fucking sounds. Like, you can taste the cake, but you can taste the frosting and the sprinkles too. It's really fucking weird. Like, it's super fucking weird, but it tastes like fucking birthday cake with fucking buttercream frosting, sprinkles. Like, you could taste all that shit in this, dog. I don't know what else. I don't know what to say. I've been having problems with burning out coils too fast. So I put it up. I put it up on Twitter and sent, and did the Facebook sharing thing. And I talked to a couple people. I talked to Detroit Slasher on Twitter, and then my friend Nigel, who I used to work with, on Facebook. And then the crazy part about it is this is why Google runs the world. Because I went home that day, because this all happened while I was at work. I went home that day. I turned on the Xbox. For some reason, YouTube on the Xbox wasn't working. So I turned on my PlayStation, and in the recommended sections, it actually had a video of the problem with those coils and what I could do to fix it. Which is fucking weird because I did not search for that shit. It showed up in my recommended.
Right.
Google is fucking evil.
Yeah. I've looked up stuff before. There was one time I was looking at the keggerators. You can put like a keg inside of this thing, and it looks like a bar, and it has its own and things.
Yeah, I know.
I just was like looking at them, and then all of a sudden they're all over my Facebook. I was like, really?
Yeah, I see. That happens to me all the time, especially if I look up something on Amazon and I didn't buy it. Then that shit shows up all on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was just weird. Like, I talked about it with people on Facebook and Twitter. I did not search anything about it. Like, I didn't search anything about it. Next thing I know, it shows up in fucking YouTube.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird. I was creeped the fuck out, but it had the answer to my question. Basically, it has the outer cotton for the coils. A lot of times the juice isn't getting all the way through the inner coils, because the coils that I'm using right now, it has like 4 coils. It has like 4 coils inside, but the juice isn't getting all the way through. So the guy basically says, take a pin or something like that, like a pin, P-I-N, not a P-E-N, and poke a couple of holes in the outer cotton so that the juice can get all the way through it, and you won't be burning out your coils so fast. Also, I saw another thing where this guy said, if you want your coils to last longer, while you're pulling, let go of the button, because the airflow will cool your coil down faster, and it makes it last longer.
Huh.
So let go of the button and keep pulling for like a second or two to help your coil cool down faster.
Yeah. Because you can, because how we would do it is sometimes we could just have it off of the box and just like the first time you drip it, you just sit there, just kind of like stuck on it until you can taste it in the air. It's kind of our thing. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I understand.
And then you can.
Yeah, I'm more of a I just pull till I can't breathe anymore, and then I breathe out.
Right.
Or I make sure that I get it like a good like 3 seconds of straight pulling and let it go.
What the crap?
That last pull was 2.6 seconds. That's the cool thing about this mod is it tells me how long I was actually pulling.
I gotta send this to you. The box that I have is called a Cuboid. It's by Joytech, and I've had it for pretty much since they came out, and I've liked it a lot. Now there's a Cuboid Pro, and I just was like looking around, and I saw this, and this is the first time I've ever seen it. This thing looks like a freaking smartphone. Hold on, let me see.
I thought about buying something for my girlfriend, but the more I looked this up to buy for her, I kind of want it for myself. Because I don't really need like a super maximum fucking power, whatever the fuck. I like these little ones, and what I would probably do is like take the little one with me. And it's a what's it called? It's a Taro Mini. Not the Taro Micro, because the Taro Micro has the built-in battery shit. Yeah, that totally looks like a smartphone.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It looks like the side of it. It looks like when you're listening to music and shit on your iPhone.
Yeah, because it seems like it had like pictures, and then it was like track your activity. So it has like it's like a freaking Fitbit.
How much is one of these things?
I don't know. It don't say the price, so they must not be out yet. But that is not like the one I have. So this is like a huge jump forward from what I have. Which the one I have is pretty cool. You know, I have a screen and stuff, but it's very much an LED screen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet because it does. I do not see. Hold on. I'm trying to look it up now.
In show notes, because this is some terrible radio right now.
The mod itself, I'm looking at different places, and there's a place that's selling them for between 65 and 70 for just the mod, not the tank.
Okay. Well, all I would need is the mod because I've been using the same RDA for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna start building. I'm gonna start building stuff. I have no idea how I'm really gonna pull this off, but for my anniversary, which was just a couple of weeks ago, and now my girlfriend's mad at me, she bought me a kit to make my own coils. Even though for Christmas she bought me some pre-made coils that I was never able to use because the Kinger thing didn't quite work. So, yeah, I'm gonna start making my own coils.
Well, if I come up at any time, I could probably. I mean, I'm not crazy at it. Like I just make simple coils and whatnot just to get me, just to do what I need to do. But I could. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Oh! I meant to tell you, and this is. I'll say this and then wrap it up. I was told that I may have to come to North Carolina for 3 days sometime within the next month or two. And most likely I'll be staying near the home office, which is right where you used to live. I don't know how far away from there you were, but I'll probably be somewhere around Smithfield.
Okay.
And as I understand it, they're going to put me up at a hotel for a few days, and yeah, so we might actually see each other sooner than you think.
All right.
Yeah. But I don't know specifics on it. I was just told that by a coworker. It was like, yo, have they told you need to go to North Carolina yet? And I'm like, no. I was like, yeah, you know that's going to happen, right? Okay, I guess. So yeah, that happened. So, all right. So, let's go ahead and wrap this up. You got shouties?
Yeah. I was just going to shout out the listeners, and I was going to shout out veteran gamers. You know, the mafias. Slippy, I've been playing Overwatch with him, and you know he's like really good and has like 800 like crazy hours in freaking Overwatch. But yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna play with you because Overwatch kind of pissed me off. But yeah, and Skyfox because me and him have been going back and forth with the music. The veteran gamers Discord, which Discord's cool, so you know people talk on Discord.
Word up. Hey, the PlayStation Store has NBA Playgrounds on sale. I really want it, but I don't really. I know I'm not gonna have nobody to play the game with, so I guess I'm not gonna buy it. But it's on sale for $11.99. I didn't want to pay $20 for it, but $12 maybe.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all right, I don't really have any shout outs. Just shout out to everybody that's listening. I don't have any specific shout outs. Shout out to, well, you know what? Shout out to Blue, because Blue's going to be here for 2 weeks. He's at a place that's like 20 minutes away from me. Because, you know, he came here specifically for his training because he knew it would be near me. So we're going to hang out. We're going to do 1, maybe 2 facetious where we're sitting side by side. That's going to be fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's gonna happen. So shout out to Blue.
Right, because it'd be weird to like you're actually talking to him, but you're not actually looking at him anymore. So
right, that could be odd, but we'll get her done.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll be here Sunday, and then Facetious will be Monday, and we'll figure that out.
Right.
So shout out to everybody that's listening. We appreciate you listening. For the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. We're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.